Hello, thanks for coming. I was watching a video online. Imagine, a video online on YouTube. And there was a fellow talking about keyboards for these machines and how there are really three things that typically go wrong. One is the chip on the board, one is the cable, and another is the keyboard is dirty. So, of course, the keyboard on this machine has not been functioning so well, and I've been working around it. I'm going to turn this one on and just make sure that everything seems okay here. And of course, the first key I hit doesn't work. But in going across the top, and then the QWERTY thing, it does seem to be pretty good. It does. As I've noticed, of course, at times I do have to tap a little harder on the odd thing. But, you know, that is not the end of the world. So it does seem to be pretty fine over here. Mind you, this, I'm just hitting the very top key in the very top corner, and it consistently does nothing. So I think this keyboard, I should take the back off and clean it up. This one over here is a little strange. It is. It is. There's a lot of keys that don't work at all. So, could it be the chip? Maybe. Could it be something with the cable? Well, maybe. I'm less likely to be inclined to think that, but this fellow on the video said that that's often a failure, so if you check the continuity, and then of course he took the keyboard apart and cleaned it. Well, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is be very careful with these screws. And I'm going to loosen up and take the keyboard out of this machine, plug it into this other machine, and see if I have similar dirty keyed results. Because if the keyboard suddenly seems to work fine over here, then indeed I will find myself to be suspicious of the chip or the cable. So from what I can see, the keyboard goes in with 8 little wee screws, which I'm putting in the corner of the case. And then, in a moment, I'm suspecting, that's why I'm putting my thumb up here, that this will try to fall out. And it will. So now, kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to get in there. But there, it's a keyboard. Now the fellow on this other video, he resoldered all these things. Took a meter, did all this stuff, and found pretty much, I think he did have trouble with the chip that he'd already replaced, or he figured he did. But the keyboard was dirty, so it needed to be done. So I'm going to get this out of here. Whoa. There we go. And plug this in with great care to line things up just so. And then I can set that there, sort of. And if I turn this machine on, it should come up and be quite happy, and it is. Now the first thing I had trouble with on the other thing was the word load. The D is silent, and it continues to be silent. Also, list. The T is silent, and it continues to be silent. So I'm just going to tap away here, and I find that most of the top row, but not all, does not work. Q, no W, E works, no R, no T, no Y, U, I, O, E. Well, it is interesting because it does seem that the letters and things, there's one that's off in the middle of nowhere. A lot of the ones that were not working did tend to be over towards the left of the keyboard in one sort of area until I get to, yeah, there's failures all over the place. And oftentimes I have found that, you hit something enough, they might come back to life. But I don't see that here. So now I have in here a 2-line program that will of course do nothing. Can I even type in the word new? Nope, I cannot. I wonder if N Shift E does new. Next without 4, yeah, no. So my gut tells me that the inside of this keyboard is in need of alcohol. It does. While I'm just here, I want to look. The return key is looking a little strange, and I'm not sure if that means the original plastic. These glasses will not help. I grabbed some other glasses. I have an assortment of magnifying glasses. That looks good. So, is this the original plastic that should have been removed that's causing this little wayward thing, or is this the sticker? And it looks to me like it is the original plastic that is covering this. And by being a little squirrely, it's giving the illusion that there is something deficient here. When in fact, it is the plastic coating that has been on here 40 years that should have been pulled off long ago. And now the return key is, as they say, beautiful. I think I see maybe a similar coding on some, not all of the keys, but like the delete key and maybe the home key. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to go crazy. Oh, certainly that key, the R key. Oh yeah, it's still got the original coating. This one might. And of course, the original coating just means that if I can get it off nicely, that these keys will be quite lovely. Yes. I think most of them, well, there's another one. Most of them have been removed. There's another. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sometimes it's hard to tell, because of course they've been on there for so long. They have. Certainly I don't want to hurt anything, but anyway, it's hard to say. But certainly with the return key, first of all, it works, and it looks a whole lot better without having that looked like it was kind of squirrely on there, thinking that maybe the keyboard was a little scribbled. Here's another. I really will have to look at these carefully. I will. Maybe they're all on there. Maybe they just look okay because they're just nicely, firmly down there. I don't know. Anyway, I need to turn this machine off. I do. And I need to gently. I think I will put a hand on the board. A hand on here. Get this trim off. And then I will look underneath. Oh yeah. So, we have, it looks like, 15 screws. Less than the pet. Now, I think I will need a different screwdriver. Certainly I need to gather the alcohol and some Q-tips to have a go at this. I shall. And really, besides the fact that it doesn't work that well, the keyboard, oh, there's another. Keyboard looks to be in mighty fine condition. There's another one. Woohoo! I think they're pretty much all on. I think. Alright, so I'm going to set this down, and so I don't worry myself about having a keyboard that's not working when I next turn this machine on. I'll plug that back in. And we'll close it up. And I think I will make a little room, gather some resources, figure out if I can set this up at a better angle to show what's going on. And of course, as always, do no harm. So, thanks for being here. Next video, we'll clean the innards of the keyboard. So, thanks for coming. Bye for now.